Welcome to the Flop House. This is a shipping container home hotel about 1 hour outside of Austin, Texas. This spot has 6 different container units, and I've never seen so much reclaimed and salvaged materials inside of an Airbnb before. Everything from the flooring to the decorations to even the cabinets, almost all of these pieces are from salvaged and reclaimed materials. It's very impressive, and it makes for a very unique interior. Also on the exterior, you have a bunch of different hammocks, fire pits, and even a container pool. And this same owner also has another business on this property. It's called Recycling the Past. So I did take a quick peek into his warehouse. He has a lot of very unique and intricate items in that warehouse as well. So this is definitely one of the most unique spots we've been to in a while here on the channel. So without further ado, guys, let's not go and start the full tour. Let's go and check out this very unique shipping container home hotel in Texas. It's called the Flop House. As you can see out there in the distance, we're in pretty rural, pretty farm country Texas. There's a lot of cows and other animals that are kind of hanging around at all times. But definitely one of the best parts of this property is all of the unique exterior design. Each of these 6 containers has a different mural, has a different theme to it, very brightly colored art pieces and graffiti and different saying and phrases. One of the most popular phrases I saw that's used in almost all the containers is probably the owner's favorite. It says, "Stay awesome." So that's it for kind of the back exterior of these homes when you first pull up. Let's now go around to the other side of the property. Here is now the entryway in the other end of the containers. There's also that large container pool in the middle, which I'll get to in a little bit. And each of these 6 containers has its own private hammock and private fire pit and sitting area. So later in the day, I got a nice fire up and going, and it's so incredibly peaceful out here. You don't hear a whole lot, maybe just the cows that are mooing off in the distance at certain points. This is what your view actually looks like. It's a great place to disconnect if you perhaps live in a city. Next up, let's go in the middle of these containers back to the container pool. This thing is pretty sweet, and obviously it matches with the rest of the container theme. If you go a little bit closer, you'll see those stairs on either end and a roof up top, and you even have some really bright and white modern furniture which you can utilize while you're going for a swim. Towards the front of the property, you have this barbecue area, which is made mostly out of another container. And you have the famous sign there that says "Stay Awesome." And he also has some other unique pieces throughout, like this giant frog, a red phone booth that looks like it belongs in London, and even the front of a plane. There is also a 12,000 square foot warehouse on this property, which houses the owner's other business called Recycling the Past. This property is very focused on recycled and salvaged materials. I know this part of Texas has a lot of different antique shows throughout the year. So if you happen to be visiting at that time, you can go to some of the different shows and then of course come back in here to perhaps find your next antique piece or treasure to take back home to your own spot. This is one part of the warehouse called the lounge, which kind of looks like a half kitchen, half office space up top for the owner. And there's definitely a lot of different intricate pieces throughout this warehouse. But that's it for everything throughout the property. We're now going to go back to these 6 containers, and I can be seen here opening up one of these sliding glass doors as it's time to go and start the interior portion of this tour. When you first enter, you'll come into the living room and kitchen space, which makes up the first half of this container. You have a brightly colored rug and then a pretty typical black leather couch. This is then one of the many quirky art pieces that you'll find throughout. And then there on the left-hand side, right next to the sliding door, you do have a record player with a nice little selection of vinyl records, ranging from Alabama to Jefferson Starship. That's such an epic name. You also have a book regarding shipping containers and some games like the classic Yahtzee and Scrabble as well. Continuing on, let's now go further into the kitchen. So the salvaged and recycled theme continues. I believe those countertops are salvaged in addition to the cabinets down below. It just really matches the overall vibe of this entire place. And then over there on the left, you have your different glasses, but also you have things such as your guest book you can see right here. We even have some beer koozies with the Stay Awesome theme that continues. And this was some blue dishwasher soap inside of an old Coca-Cola bottle. And I saw this is a Chemex brew guide. I've never made coffee like this before, so that was quite fun. And then the quirky art pieces continue up and down this wall, not to mention this sign that says flopping around round top, brekkie, junkin, luncheon, schwitchen, and pet rather large cats. That's definitely quite the agenda for a day out here in Texas. But let's slide back this door and keep moving in further. This will take us into the bathroom. It's pretty standard. You have your toilet, some art pieces made out of butterflies there on the right, and then a ton of different towels for both the container pool and for when you're taking a shower. Speaking of showers, along this left corner, you then have your shower. You already have your shampoo, conditioner, and body soap. That's all built into the shower already there on the left, in addition to your hair dryer there inside of that black bag. Finally, along this wall, you have this really cool industrial looking rounded bathroom mirror and a little shelf there with some extra hand soap. Moving along to the last room now, here is your bedroom, which can sleep up to 4 guests. Before we go much further though, you'll see along that right wall, there are those 2 luxury bathrobes. I think adding bathrobes is the easiest way to add just a little bit of a luxury touch to any Airbnb. In this corner then, you have your bunk beds, and along that last wall, there is your queen mattress. And this unit can actually sleep up to 6 guests in total because the sofa in the living room also doubles as a sofa bed. And you have some other really cool items inside of this bedroom, like this really gorgeous mirror. Here is some extra storage space. You have this really cool painting of a cow, which I thought was very cute, and then a sign that says road closed. And here is your view. You are looking out at some more containers and then the front of that plane. Thanks for watching, guys. Booking info is down in the video description, and I'll see you very soon for another Airbnb tour.